came from a childhood that was very difficult and sad. At the age of 4, I lost my mother. And because we were 11 children, we would live in the countryside in a situation very difficult. A lot of limitations. My father would work in the farm to bring food to our home, and we would have just little available. There was no choice on what to eat. We didn't know better because we lived like native Indians. Around our house, there was only 3 houses all around, so there was no expectation for better life. And I have the desire to leave that place. I had 2 or 3 brothers already that have left to live in São Paulo, and my desire was to come. So when I got to 19 years old, I came to São Paulo. The situation started to get worse when I came here. I would live limited, and when I arrived here, I started to live on a favor to other people, and I didn't have where to go. I would work with my brother, and I would earn as little as 5 euros. And the little that I would get by day, I would spend with addiction, drinking. So I started to get money, borrow money from the bank, and use the credit card. When I saw I have 6 credit cards, all in debts. So I had to choose. Either I pay the rent or I eat. So that's how the snowball became. And this thought started in my mind. The best thing is to kill yourself. If you die, you will finish with this pain, with this anguish.
Acabar com essa dor, com essa angústia.
I was alone at home. I said, today I'm gonna end with my life. I got a long sleeve shirt and I tied very tight, and I started to tie it. When I woke up, I said, even death doesn't want me. And there was a voice in my mind said, it's because you didn't do it properly. Tie it worse now, more, and do it again.
E faz de novo.
This desire to suicide was so strong that I would imagine myself walking the tracks and being crushed by the train. And for me there, I would see myself there being crushed by the train. If that would happen, would be a victory in my mind. And there, I was sitting there crying. And I thought that way I would live. Even God could not help me. I hate you. You don't exist. And there was a pizzeria close to my house that the owner, he knew me, but he usually don't come there on Monday mornings.
Nilson, tá tudo bem?
Nilson, how are you? Wagner, sorry. Do you need something? What happened, my friend? I don't bear this suffering anymore. I tried to commit suicide. What is it? Calm. Everything's gonna be alright. Look, I'm gonna take you to a place. Where? The Universal Church. I have been going there and it's helping me. No, I don't have money to go there. This place, everybody told me there's only thieves there. They want our money, and I don't believe in God. If God exists, I wouldn't suffer like this. Oh, my friend, trust in me this once, and today we go there. Everything is gonna be fine. After that day we spoke, something different happened inside of me. I started to have hope, and I accept that challenge. And when I entered, something different. I looked forward and I saw the altar. And there I saw hope of life. When the meeting started, I saw the pastor speaking with assurance, with boldness, that we should give our lives on the altar, our life would change. And even in the time he said, maybe you arrive here full of debts, sick, everything, but God doesn't want just to change your financial life or healing. He wants to transform your whole life. When I heard that word entered inside of me. I said, now I found what I was looking for. I have never been inside of a universal church, never before. And I decided to destroy the altar inside of me, the altar of sadness, of ruins, of malice, anguish, of doing wrong things. I decided to change. And as I was already free of that anguish and of the grudges, I was already baptized in waters. So I started the campaign of Israel. So I saw an opportunity to change my life. Why? Because I was still in debt. And I was still earning a little bit. I wasn't living well yet. So during the campaign of Israel, I saw an opportunity to change my life. And I understood that if I would put all my strength to change my financial life and the outside, and I would not yet know God, what would happen? I would lose again. So I saw the chance to know God. I put all my strength on that campaign, up to the point that I start to walk more than 50 kilometers by foot. And even the money of the transport I put on my vow, because I said, I'm going to build a new altar inside of me. I'm not asking you house, God. I'm not asking you family. I'm not asking anything. I'm asking your spirit to come inside of me. When I stopped speaking, he presented to me. He said, I never left you. It's that you would seek me in the wrong place. Sorry. He said to me, from today on is over the suffering of your life. Because wherever you are, I will be there with you. It was like a fire, because it was a so powerful strength inside of me, a joy, a peace that I never felt before. Never. No one in the life never gave that to me. And there was a power. And from that day on, never again my life was the same. And the glorious experience is not even what he has been doing in my physical life, materially. It is the fire that burns inside of me every campaign. Every campaign I get closer to God. And this is what makes me to remain strong. And in the campaign, the walk for the campaign, so I focus on my love life. That's when I met my wife on the altar.
The first thing that I looked for in him was if he had the Holy Spirit, if he feared God, because I really wanted was a man of character. I was not worried about material things. I want to build a family.
I wanted to have a woman, and God didn't give me a woman. He gave me a wife. He gave me a family. And God continued to bless. I was working as an employee. Like I said, I didn't even know what I would earn, and I would earn just a little bit. Today I am a business owner through the campaign of Israel also. Today I have, thank God, a qualityful life. Why I say qualityful? Because the greatest blessings inside of me is the Holy Spirit, and nothing lacks. From the altar came hope, came life. Today, everything I have, I believe that, I know that God's not going to do this, but if God would say, I'm going to take everything I gave you, even your health, for you to stay only with the Holy Spirit, I will accept it.